Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music. I want to talk about record prices because I have this nagging feeling that those prices are just about to go up again. I know, I hate to say it. It's just a feeling, but I want to explain why. That, plus, we're opening the mail.
Love vinyl? Tell the world with a Channel 33 RPM t-shirt. Check out the Channel 33 RPM store today.
All right, here's the thing. I don't want to be gloom and doom. I don't want to be Mr. Negative. But this is something I have been thinking about quite a bit. I haven't really bounced it off anyone yet. So let me bounce it off all you 33ers on this Friday night. Actually, before I do, I'm not sure if I've showed this before, but this is one of my new designs in the merch store, Authentic AF, Channel 33 RPM. This is the black version. I think I showed the blue one. There's also a version that just says Authentic Channel 33 RPM. So check it out if you are so inclined. So anyway, the record prices. I mean, we've all seen the price of gas at the pumps, right? It's ridiculous. I'm not sure what the price is where you live. Here we pay for gas by the liter. And I think last time I checked, it was like $1.70 Canadian a liter, which cost, I drive a 2007 Nissan Xterra. I love that vehicle. It's such a fun drive, but man, that thing's a gas guzzler. So I haven't filled up my tank here in a while. The price of gas has probably doubled in the last year. Anyway, so what does this have to do with record collecting, Frank, you might be saying? Well, obviously, records are made from a petroleum product. They are made from polyvinyl chloride, or PVC. The basic raw materials for PVC are salt and oil. If the price of crude is going up, it only stands to reason that the price of records will also go up. So not only are records a petrochemical product, but oftentimes, most of the time, I will even say, the records you and I are purchasing are shipped from thousands of miles away. And that costs money too, right? And the cost of shipping goods, because of the rising cost of fuel, is also going up. We're seeing this in many products we are buying. Have you been to the grocery store lately? Unfortunately, the food we're eating is also going up at a crazy rate, and a part of that is due to rising transportation costs. But back to records, okay? Records are made, they're a petrochemical product. They're made from oil. The price of transporting those records is going up. And all the stuff starts to add up. And it's going to cost manufacturers more money to produce these. It's going to cost distributors more money to bring them to us. It's going to cost record stores probably more money to purchase them. And ultimately, all these people are not going to be able to absorb all these rising costs. So inevitably, these are always passed on to the consumer. So this is why 33ers have been thinking that we may be seeing another spike in the cost of records, which I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be sensational. That's the word I was thinking of. But all these things are aligning, right? Resulting potentially in the cost of records going up again, which is crazy because I've been looking at, over the past 6 months, the price of some pre-orders of records here in Canada, like $40, $50, even $60. It's like, wow, where do you stop? So I know, prices vary around the world depending on the market, but in general, we're all seeing rising prices. So we all have seen rising prices, and we may again. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I hope that the price of oil will go down again, and it won't affect records and all or many of the goods and services that we use daily. But at this point, I'm not overly optimistic. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's open the mail. All right. Okay, a few things hit the mailbox this week. First one I want to show you is a t-shirt from Mike over at Vinyl Storage Solutions. I've been singing the praises of Mike and Vinyl Storage Solutions probably for a couple of years now, to the point where probably some of you are saying, Frank, are you on Mike's payroll or something? I'm not. I just dig his stuff. But he just sent me this t-shirt. So if you are not familiar with Vinyl Storage Solutions, some of my favorite outer sleeves for records and some of my favorite inner sleeves for records. Vinylsolutions.ca. They ship worldwide. Check it out. Next thing, Jim from Record Collector News in California sent me his latest issue of, well, Record Collector News. He said he was going to hook me up with a subscription to this. And I didn't want to assume anything because he had sent me 2 copies. I don't know what I thought. But anyway, another one arrived in the mailbox. So this is very cool. This is a magazine, obviously for record collectors, based out of Southern California. And there's some articles in here, but what I really find interesting is just all the ads for all these record stores in California and up the U.S. coast and record shows. And, there's just a lot of cool record stores that I need to visit one of these days. I haven't done a like a record shopping trip or anything like that for a long time. Partly due to COVID, there were border closures and all that. Now they're reopened. And then plus with the kids and family, right? It's like if you put it to a vote, hey, kids, do you want to go sit on a Mexican beach for a week and chill out? Or do you want to go record shopping? You know what the answer is going to be. So maybe I need to take like a guy's trip or something, but money only goes so far, right? There's also articles in here about Record Store Day and the vinyl comeback. So very cool. Thank you very much. It's always a good read. If you do see this magazine in your neck of the woods, I recommend you picking it up. It's one of these free magazines, right? So there's no risk in grabbing this. It's a fun read. Record Collector News. Thanks, Jim. Finally, I got this independent record. Here's the note. This came from John. And he says, hey, hi, my name is John Buxton, and I am a musician from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I was thinking, I think I've been through Eau Claire before on the way to Minneapolis, the Twin Cities. I could be wrong. He said, I've been writing and recording my own music for a few years now, and I have just put out my very first album on vinyl a little over a year ago. All the songs are written by me, and I perform all the instruments as well. Very cool, John. I recorded the album at a studio here in my hometown. He says, I discovered your channel recently and have become quite the fan. Awesome. I appreciate that, John. Thanks, man. I love and appreciate your vast knowledge of everything vinyl. Hey, man, I'm winging it. I'm making it up. I'm not, but thank you. I thought my album may make a nice addition to your very impressive collection. Thank you very much. If you would like to feature in your Mail Time segment, that would be very cool. Well, ta-da, here you go in the Mail Time segment. Let me show you this record, and then let me tell you my thoughts on this, because I saw this jacket. It looks kind of cool, I guess, right? The John Buxton Experience, Portal to Heck. It's got this picture of this church. Now, to be honest, this is an honest review, I wasn't overly impressed with this album cover. It's kind of looked like a DIY situation, right? And based on this album, I expected the music to sort of be like, what's the word for it? Low end, like a low end home recording kind of thing. And I couldn't have been more wrong. So it just goes to show, do not judge an album, do not judge by a book by its cover or necessarily an album by its artwork. So I'm going to tell you about this in a second. But let me show you inside. You got some an insert with some credits. And you got the record here. This was in a poly inner sleeve, which is always nice to see. I wish the major labels would do that. Black vinyl, my favorite, and it was pressed in the Czech Republic. So I made notes here, and I've listened to this a few times, and I gotta say, John, I'm really impressed by your record. The music kind of straddles the line between punk and hardcore and metal, kind of a sweet spot between all of those, and the vibe kind of changes between tracks. So for example, the song Balls of Energy to me sort of had a Tony Iommi Black Sabbath feel going on. Pillar of Salt maybe had a tinge of Tool in there. Scream for the Night, another track here I found had elements maybe of Body Count, but it ends with a metal riff. Maybe it just may be similar to 1980s Slayer. I hear Biohazard throughout here and traditional metal riffs throughout here. The sound, the production's top notch, is professional, and this is a really, really good sounding record with a good flow. And again, I didn't expect it at all. I was impressed with the musicianship. Again, really in-your-face metal, punk, hardcore, that kind of vibe. I thought John did a great job, and you can pick these up in John's Bandcamp. I'll leave a link right here below for you. So John, thank you for sending this over. This is an important part of my record collection now, and I will revisit it again. I'm digging this record. The John Buxton Experience, Portal to Heck. All right, 33ers, let me know what you thought of today's episode in the comments below. This whole rising cost of vinyl, I sincerely hope I am wrong about that. But again, let's talk about that in the comments. If you dug today's episode, I would appreciate a quick thumbs up. Have a great rest of the weekend. I'll be back on Sunday. Until then, keep on spinning.